Happy New Year and welcome to the Namibia Oil and Gas Podcast, your weekly gateway to the latest news and developments shaping Namibia's dynamic oil and gas sector. It's Friday, 17th January 2025, and I am Tennille Kokoses.
And I'm Kobus Steyser.
With the latest news, updates, and insights from the Namibia oil and gas industry.
This week's top headlines.
Global Petroleum secures 35 million Namibian dollars for Namibian project.
Galp makes more discoveries offshore Namibia.
Shell writes down Namibia.
Tower Resources strikes farm-out deals for Namibia and Cameroon.
Honorable Minister of Mines and Energy, Tom Alweendo, responds to Shell's write-down.
Chevron says no to commercial oil, gas found.
Our top story today focuses on Global Petroleum, which has successfully raised 35 million Namibian dollars to propel its Juno project forward. The funds will be allocated to ongoing PEL 94 farm-out discussions, license upkeep, and general working capital. The company had extended its farm-out signing deadline to December 31st, 2024. Following technical discussions that revealed geological similarities between PEL 94 and the Orange Basin discoveries. This move highlights Global Petroleum's dedication to maximizing shareholder value. CFO Hamza Chowdhury expressed optimism, emphasizing the transformative potential for this funding round.
Galp, Portugal's oil and gas company, has made significant strides in its offshore explorations, discovering light oil and gas condensate in its second well of a 4-well campaign in license PEL 83. Using the Saipem Santorini drillship, Galp encountered high-quality reservoir sands with minimal CO2 and no harmful gases like H2S. These findings reaffirm the Orange Basin status as one of the world's most promising hydrocarbon regions. The drillship has now moved to its next target, Mupani 3X, with drilling beginning on 1 January 2025. Galp's ongoing efforts, including high-resolution 3D seismic surveys, highlight its commitment to maximizing Namibia's offshore potential.
Next, we turn to Shell, which has announced a $400 million write-down of Namibia oil discovery, deeming it commercially unviable. The decision comes after encountering technical and geological challenges in Block PEL 39, such as low rock permeability and high natural gas content. Despite this setback, Namibia's Mines and Energy Minister Tom Alweendo remains optimistic, asserting that this development will not deter Namibia's broader energy ambitions. With interest from players like Galp and Total Energies, the future of Namibia's oil and gas sector remains bright.
Tower Resources has inked 2 farm-out agreements with Prime Global Energies for its licenses in Namibia and Cameroon. The deals include a 25% non-operated interest in Namibia's PEL 96 and a 42.5% interest in Cameroon's Tali license. This agreement will enable Tower to advance its exploration activities, including drilling the NJOM-3 well in Cameroon and assessing the prospectivity of Namibia's offshore assets. The company's chairman and CEO, Jeremy Asher, highlighted the increased liquidity and confidence these deals bring to their work programs.
Honorable Minister Tom Alweendo offered words of encouragement in the wake of Shell's write-down. This is not a setback but part of the exploration process, he stated. Alweendo emphasized Namibia's resilience and continued attractiveness to global energy players. The Orange Basin remains a hotbed of exploration, with ongoing activity from companies like Galp, Tower Resources, and Total Energies, ensuring that Namibia remains a key player in the global energy sector.
Finally, Chevron announced on Wednesday that it did not find commercial hydrocarbon reserves in its Kapana 1X exploration well in Namibia's Orange Basin. While this might seem like a setback, Chevron emphasized that the well provided valuable geological insights into the basin's structure and future potential. The US oil giant is optimistic about Namibia, stating its plans to continue exploration activities in the region. This follows Namibia's April agreement with Chevron, granting the company an 80% operating working interest in an offshore block in the Orange Basin. Despite the lack of commercial discoveries at Kapana 1X, Namibia's reputation as an exploration hotspot remains intact, with other oil majors continuing their activities in the country. As always, there are constant developments within the fast-developing Namibian oil and gas sector, and 2025 is starting out at full tilt. While writing down doesn't necessarily mean writing off, the industry is refocusing on other major players and pending announcements. For now, Galp, Global Petroleum and Total Energies continue to post positive results, and we look forward to what the next breaking news will be.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Namibia Oil and Gas Podcast. I am Tanil Kokoses.
And I'm Kobus Taser.
If you would like to contribute with news and information, please contact us at info@namibiaoilandgas.com. For more news, information, resources, and updates of the week, visit www.namibiaoilandgas.com. Join us next time as we continue to explore the top stories driving Namibia's energy future.